Hi everyone, this is Satyam and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about phrases and clauses. In my previous video, I told you about sentences, what are sentences, what are the types of sentences. I gave you some 200 examples of different types of sentences, and I even told you about what is a subject and predicate in a sentence. Now today we'll discuss about the phrases and the clauses, and we'll learn that what are these with the help of some examples. So let's get started with today's video. So first of all, we'll discuss what are phrases. Now, when we read these group of words like under the tree, on the table, near the seashore. Now, when we read these, we get some meaning like under the tree, tree के नीचे, लेकिन क्या tree के नीचे? So, this has some meaning, but it's not complete. So, a group of words which has some meaning, but the entire meaning of the sentence is not clear, is known as a phrase. So this is a phrase. This is a phrase. This is a phrase. This is a phrase. A group of words which has some meaning, but does not explain the entire meaning of the sentence is known as a phrase. So, by reading under the tree, by reading this we get to know that there is something added here which will formulate the entire meaning of the sentence. Like if we write the dog was sitting under the tree. So this has a complete meaning, this sentence has a complete meaning, but this part of the sentence like under the tree, on the table, near the seashore, if individually we read these group of words, we'll understand some meaning. Under the tree, पेड़ के नीचे, on the table, table के ऊपर, near the seashore, seashore के पास, लेकिन क्या? This क्या thing is incomplete here. So these group of words is known as a phrase. Hope you all understood. I can explain you phrase with the help of some more examples. So let's see some more examples. So let's understand the meaning of phrases with the help of these examples. So let's read the first sentence. She is standing under the tree. So here under the tree will be called as a phrase. Under the tree. If we read only under the tree without reading this portion, if we read only under the tree, it has some meaning, पेड़ के नीचे, but it doesn't explain the entire meaning of the sentence, and that's why this portion, this area will be known as a phrase. And when we read the complete sentence like other parts of the words also, then we get the meaning of the entire sentence, which says she is standing under the tree. वो खड़ी है पेड़ के नीचे. Similarly, in the second example, if you read it, it's like she is dancing in the rain. Now read this again. In the rain. बारिश में. So this has some meaning. In the rain. Individually the words will have meaning, and this has some meaning, but this will not give the meaning of the entire sentence. Entire sentence meaning will come out only when we add this portion to this, and then it will be like she is dancing in the rain. वो dance कर रही है in the rain. So this is understood. The next sentence is like she is sitting on the chair. Now read this. On the chair. Chair पे. Chair पे क्या? So chair पे has some meaning, but doesn't give the meaning of the entire sentence unless this portion is also added. So it's like she is sitting on the chair. वो chair पे बैठी है. In the next example, She is studying with her notebook. With her notebook has some meaning. अपने नोटबुक के साथ, अपने कॉपी के साथ, अपने नोटबुक के साथ, अपने नोटबुक के साथ क्या? She is studying. So this has some meaning but not complete meaning. Hence, this is a phrase. This is a phrase. Hope you understood the examples of phrases. Now we'll discuss about what is a clause. And when you will understand what is a clause, you will have a better understanding of what is a phrase. Now let's understand what is a clause. Read this sentence. She is sitting under the tree. Okay. So let's divide the sentence into two parts. Under the tree will be one part and she is sitting will be other part. So now just read this part. She is sitting. So this is a group of word which has a subject here. This is the subject. I've already told you about subject and predicate in my previous video. In case any of you have missed the previous video, then you can watch that in my channel's playlist. So this is the subject, and subject is the person or the object regarding which we are talking, and predicate is that part of the sentence which tells that what that subject is doing, what that subject is. तो सब्जेक्ट वो होता है कि क्या, कौन सा पर्सन है, क्या ऑब्जेक्ट है, और प्रेडिकेट वो पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस है जो कि बताता है कि सब्जेक्ट क्या कर रहा है, सब्जेक्ट क्या है, सब्जेक्ट क्या काम कर रहा है. तो दैट इज नोन एज प्रेडिकेट. तो हियर शी इज सिटिंग, वो बैठी है. दिस इज द प्रेडिकेट पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस. सो अ ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड विच हैज अ सब्जेक्ट एज वेल एज अ प्रेडिकेट and which is a part of a sentence is known as a clause. एक सेंटेंस का ऐसा पार्ट जिसमें कि एक सब्जेक्ट हो, और जिसमें एक प्रेडिकेट हो, उसको हम क्लॉज कहते हैं. तो इतने दूर को हम क्लॉज कहते हैं. एक क्लॉज का इंडिविजुअल मीनिंग भी होता है. अगर हम फुल सेंटेंस ना पढ़े, इतनी दूर पढ़े, तो भी उसका एक मीनिंग निकल के आता है. दैट मीन्स दैट पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस कैन स्टैंड अलोन बिकॉज इट हैज अ कंप्लीट मीनिंग. शी इज सिटिंग, वो बैठी है, इसका अपने आप में ही एक कंप्लीट मीनिंग है. अगर हम पूरा सेंटेंस ना पढ़े कि शी इज सिटिंग अंडर द ट्री, अगर हम अंडर द ट्री पार्ट नहीं भी बताएं तो भी अंडरस्टूड है कि वो बैठी है. शी इज सिटिंग, इट हैज अ मीनिंग, इसका एक कंप्लीट मीनिंग है, इसका अपना एक एग्जिस्टेंस है, इसलिए हम इसे क्लॉज कहेंगे. सो यू अंडरस्टूड लाइक क्लॉज और फ्रेज में क्या अंतर हुआ कि अंडर द ट्री जब हम पढ़े, पेड़ के नीचे, तो कुछ मीनिंग निकला लेकिन कुछ पार्ट इनकम्प्लीट है, ऐसा फील हुआ. क्या? ट्री के नीचे. ठीक है. तो ये जो इनकम्प्लीट पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस है, ऐसा ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड जो कि इनकम्प्लीट मीनिंग देता है, कुछ मीनिंग देता है लेकिन इनकम्प्लीट है, उसको हम फ्रेज कहते हैं. और एक पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस जो कि अपने आप में एक कंप्लीट मीनिंग देता है और जिसमें एक सब्जेक्ट भी है और जिसमें एक प्रेडिकेट भी है, दैट इज नोन एज अ क्लॉज. So I hope you guys understood. Now let's look at these examples. The first example, it says she is standing on the desk. Okay. So here you can easily identify that which is the clause and which is the phrase. So here she is standing, where you can easily make out that she is the subject and the subject is standing. That means this is the predicate. This is the subject. This is the predicate. And she is standing is giving a wholesome meaning कि वो खड़ी है. That means this is a clause. This is a clause. ठीक है. Now the next thing is like on the desk. Desk के ऊपर. It is giving partial meaning. On the desk but not complete meaning. That means this is the phrase. So this part of the sentence, a group of word which is giving some meaning but not complete meaning, is known as a phrase. Now read this sentence again. she is standing on the desk. This becomes the complete sentence which has a clause as well as a phrase. You understand what is a phrase, and you very well understand by now that what is a clause. And the clause has a subject she यानी वो, and वो क्या कर रही है, तो she is standing becomes the predicate. So this is the clause and this is the phrase. Now next move on to the next example. He is drawing a map on the wall. Now identify the clause as well as the phrase. So you can very well understand he becomes the subject, is drawing a map. This becomes the predicate. This is the predicate, this is the subject. So this entire portion, it becomes a clause. It becomes a clause. And on the wall, दीवार पे, it means this is a phrase, a group of words having some meaning but doesn't give the entire meaning of the sentence. So this is the sentence where this part is the clause and this part is the phrase. This is the subject and this is the predicate. Now again, here she is waiting at the door. वो क्या कर रही है? वेट कर रही है. यानी यहां तक एक पार्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस हो गया जो कि अपने आप में ही कंप्लीट है, which is complete in itself. She is waiting. वो वेट कर रही है. At the door. Door पे. It is giving incomplete meaning, right? So this is the phrase here. You can now easily identify, and this is the clause. This is the clause. Why? Because this is the subject, she, subject, and is waiting. क्या कर रही है? Wait कर रही है. Becomes the predicate. So understood? Now the fourth example is the cat is sleeping under the table. So what is the cat doing? It is sleeping. So till here becomes the clause. The cat becomes the subject, and is sleeping becomes the predicate, and the entire thing becomes the clause. Here under the table becomes the phrase. So you can easily understand now. There I have shown you 4 examples where every example has a clause and a phrase involved. The phrases and clauses are understood to you, and whenever you will get any sentence, you can easily make out the part of the sentence which is giving some meaning but not complete meaning is a phrase, and the part of the sentence which has a subject and a predicate involved and it can stand alone and it is giving a complete meaning, that part is known as a clause. Like in case of any competitive exam, if you get to find out the clause or point out the phrase or point out the subject and predicate in a clause, you can easily do this with the help of this concept, and I hope all of you understood this. Now I'll give you examples of certain sentences which has 2 clauses involved, 3 clauses involved, and once you will understand those examples, you will easily be able to find out the clauses from the sentences. So yeah, let's look into it. So let's look at these examples. The first example is, I waited for her but she didn't come. So I waited for her. This is one part of the sentence which gives complete meaning. I waited for her. मैंने उसका wait किया. So I becomes the subject and waited for her becomes the predicate. Right? So this becomes one clause. This is one clause. And she didn't come. वो नहीं आई. This also has one complete meaning where this becomes the subject and didn't come becomes the predicate, as this didn't come is telling about that she didn't come. So this is another complete sentence in this one complete sentence. So this becomes the clause. A group of words which can stand alone, which has a meaning in itself, is known as a clause, and which has a subject as well as a predicate. Similarly, a group of words which has one complete meaning, can stand alone, has a subject and a predicate, is known as a clause. So this is basically a sentence, I waited for her but she didn't come. This is a sentence which has 2 clauses involved. So this is an example of a sentence which has 2 clauses. It has two clauses, right? I hope you all understood. Now moving on to the next example. It's like, I like English, but my sister likes mathematics because she is an engineer. Now if you read this sentence again, you will get that there are three complete group of words involved in this particular sentence. Like, I like English. मुझे English पसंद है. This is one complete sentence where I is the subject and like English is the predicate. Okay. My sister likes mathematics. So here again this becomes the subject and likes mathematics becomes the predicate. So this is one clause, this is another clause, and here she is an engineer. So she becomes the subject, is an engineer becomes the predicate, and this is one complete sentence, वो engineer है. This is one complete sentence which has complete meaning, can stand alone, hence this is also a clause. Therefore, this sentence has three clauses involved. I like English, but my sister likes mathematics because she is an engineer. So, I like English has one complete meaning. मुझे English पसंद है. My sister likes mathematics. मेरी बहन को mathematics पसंद है. She is an engineer. वो engineer है. तो ये तीनों जो group of words हैं, उनके complete meaning है. They can stand alone, hence, and they have a subject and a predicate involved, a subject and a predicate, and hence this, like all these three parts, they will be known as a clause, and hence this is an example of a sentence which has three clauses involved. This sentence has three clauses. So basically in any competitive exam, if you get sentences where you have to find out clauses, where you have to find out phrases involved, you can easily do it. If you get a sentence where you have to find out the number of clauses involved, you can now easily do it, I guess. I have explained you enough with the help of examples. In case of any doubt, you can post your questions in the comment section below. I'll look into it. And now towards the end of the video, as promised, I'll be telling you 5 English words such that they can enhance your vocabulary. You can write them down. I'll be writing the meaning as well as the sentences that can be framed out of them. So here's the first word, trivialized. Trivialized means make or seem less important. किसी चीज को जितना वो important है, उससे थोड़ा कम important बना देना is known as trivialized. And the sentence that we can make out of it is, don't trivialize the seriousness of the issue. इस issue के seriousness को कम मत करो. So this is the sentence that you can formulate out of trivialized. The next word is mileage. We all know this is a common word, and it means number of miles covered. So the sentence that can be formulated is, this startup gained a lot of mileage after the introduction of the scheme. After the introduction of this scheme. So mileage का मतलब कि कितना miles cover हुआ, the number of miles covered. तो इसको हम बहुत पॉजिटिव सेंस में यूज कर सकते हैं. जहां पे भी ग्रोथ हुआ हो, जहां पे भी कोई चीज आगे बढ़ी हो, वहां हम यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे कि ये स्टार्टअप बहुत ज्यादा आगे बढ़ा, बहुत ज्यादा माइल्स गेन किया जब इस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम को लॉन्च किया गया उस स्टार्टअप में. So you can use this word also in day-to-day life. The next word is ridiculous. Ridiculous is also a well-heard word. So it means absurd. Ridiculous का मतलब होता है absurd, अजीब. So the sentence which can be formulated is, Tom looks ridiculous. Tom बहुत अजीब लग रहा है. या I feel ridiculous. मुझे अजीब लग रहा है. So these are the three words. The next word is viable. It means capable of working successfully. इतनी कैपेसिटी होना कि सक्सेसफुली वर्क कर सके, दैट इज नोन एज वायबल. एंड द सेंटेंस विच वी कैन मेक आउट ऑफ इट इज, यूट्यूब हैज बिकम अ वायबल नॉलेज शेयरिंग प्लेटफॉर्म. वायबल का मतलब केपेबल होता है, रियल होता है. केपेबल ऑफ वर्किंग सक्सेसफुली मतलब किसी इंसान में इतनी ताकत होना, इतनी कैपेसिटी होना, इस लायक होना कि वो बहुत अच्छे से काम कर सके, या वाइबल मतलब ये भी होता है रियल, रियल भी होता है वाइबल का मतलब, इसलिए यूट्यूब हैज बिकम अ वाइबल नॉलेज शेयरिंग प्लेटफॉर्म। वाइबल मतलब जिसपे हम विश्वास कर सके, एक्चुअल, रियल, तो इसलिए यहाँ पे यूज किया गया है। नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज कंसीव्ड, फॉर्म और डिवाइस इन माइंड। फॉर्म मतलब कंसीव मतलब होना, डेवलप होना, या फिर डिवाइस इन माइंड किसी चीज का माइंड में आना, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज कंसीव। तो प्लान वॉज ब्रिलियंटली कंसीव्ड, एक बहुत अच्छा प्लान दिमाग में आया। सो ये सारे वर्ड्स, ये जो 5 वर्ड्स है इंग्लिश के जो मैंने आपको आज बताए, so you can use these 5 good words while speaking English to anybody around, and in such a case your English will sound really attractive, and if you speak, if you will keep on practicing, the fluency will come, and in such a case the person will feel like talking to you, your whole personality will be really attractive, and slowly and gradually you will gain a lot of confidence. And moreover, these good words will also help you in any competitive exam that you are going to face, because in the comprehension section of the competitive exams, there are a lot of new words which are underlined, and you are asked for their meanings or synonyms, antonyms. So in case if you keep on writing new words which I tell you here, in such a case your vocabulary will keep on building, and in such a case you will have such a good knowledge of good words that you, whenever you'll encounter them in any kind of exam, or if anybody speaks you those words in an interview or in any kind of debates, or while communicating with any other random person, if you get such words, you will understand the meaning, and in such a case the communication will go smooth, you will understand each and everything. And so yeah, that will be a wonderful experience. So with this I come to the end of today's video. In case of any doubts, any confusions, any questions, please feel free to post that in the comment section. I'll look into it. And if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified any further. Hit a like, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay tuned, keep watching, keep smiling, keep practicing English. Bye bye, take care.